Hi, welcome to Spanish 101, and today we're going to continue talking about direct object pronouns, specifically how they work in Spanish. So we already discussed and answered this question, what's direct object pronoun? And just as a review, remember that a pronoun, direct object pronoun, will give you the ability to replace the direct object for a pronoun. And we're going to look at some examples. So this is a very important thing for you to remember. So memorization is going to be vital for you to know which one to use. And your focus should be on these right here. This should be your main focus. These are kind of straightforward, but these are the ones that you need to master. Because as you can see, lo, the pronoun lo, can refer to you. It can be used to refer as you formal singular to him and masculine it. La could be you formal singular, her, and also a feminine it. And it's going to be the same thing here. Los, it's going to be a formal you, that it's plural, a masculine them or an it. And here is the same. Las, it's going to be a plural form you, but it's going to be feminine. And it's going to be a them that it's feminine as well. So just be careful with that and try to master that as soon as you can, so you'll be able to do good. So now let's do a couple of exercises. In this case, we have Bill golpea la pelota. If we wanted to replace the direct object right here, we need to make sure we understand the gender and the quantity of the noun and the direct object. In this case, the article is going to give you a very good clue of the gender of the direct object. In this case, la points out that it's going to be a feminine direct object. And it's singular because there's not an S. Therefore, if we look back at our table, we're going to find that it, a feminine it, it's going to be la. So we replace it. Instead of la pelota, we're just going to do la. And I'm going to do this really quick, but I have another video that we've talked about the placement of the direct object. The placement of the direct object in Spanish, it's going to be a little bit different than in English. In English, the direct object pronoun goes at the very end, but in Spanish, that's not the case. So just to go really quick over this, I'm just going to show you really quick where it goes. So if you wanted to replace, you would have to write it before the verb. Bill la golpea. So basically, Bill hits it. So instead of the it being at the end, you're going to put it before the verb. And like I said, don't worry about this. I have another video where we talk about the placement of the direct object pronoun, and that's going to be very useful for you. But for now, just remember that the direct object pronoun, it's always going to be before the verb. Okay. So now let's do another exercise. So Peter regala flores a su novia. So we know that flores is going to be our direct object, and flores is going to be a feminine direct object, and we have that it's plural. So if we go back to our table, feminine plural. So it's going to be las. That's the pronoun we're going to be using. So instead of las flores, we're going to write las. And remember again, we put it before the verb. In this case, Peter las Peter las regala a su novia. Notice how we place it here. In English, it would say Peter gives them to his girlfriend. But here, we're basically saying Peter then gives to his girlfriend. So it's going to be a little bit different, but it's not too complicated. You just have to remember before the verb. So that's another example. So let's go to the next one. Ana recoge a María en el aeropuerto. So we know María, it's our direct object. And this is not an object. I mean, it's not a thing, it's a person. So let's go back and see. So here we have that when we talk about people, her, we're always going to use la because it's a feminine pronoun. So we're going to use la. So instead of María, we're going to use la. And remember, we put it before the verb. Ana la recoge en el aeropuerto. Okay? So notice again, we have it right before the verb. So that's how we're going to be using pronouns for now. Like I said, we have another video where we describe the placement of the direct object. But now what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and use the right pronoun to replace the direct object. So again, here, ¿tienes sus anteojos? Or do you have your sunglasses? So here, the sunglasses is direct object, and we know that anteojos is going to be a masculine plural. Therefore, it's going to be los. So that's what I want you to do. Is I want you to determine the gender and quantity of the direct object, and then pick the appropriate direct object pronoun that you're going to use here. Sounds good? So pause the video and we'll check your answers. Perfect. So let's do this together. So on the second sentence, the direct object pronoun, it's las canciones. The article is giving it away. It's telling us that it's going to be feminine, plural. So, sí, las escribo. The next one, ¿llevas tus guantes? Are you wearing your gloves? So, here we have our direct object. Guantes, it's going to be masculine, plural. So, it's going to be los. Next one, ¿compras la blusa? Do you buy the blouse? So, we have an article which gives it away. It's going to be a feminine, singular. Therefore, it's going to be sí la compro. And last one, ¿tienes tu traje de baño? So we have traje de baño is going to be the direct object. So traje de baño is going to be masculine, singular. Therefore, it's going to be lo. Okay? So I hope that this video was useful for you to know how we use direct object pronouns in Spanish. So I want to emphasize that you have to be able to memorize the direct object pronouns, specifically the ones below on this table right here. I would really recommend for you to understand when to use them and practice with those, because those are a little bit complicated because of that, because how many things they replace. They have the ability to replace a lot of things, so you have to be able to remember those. And I hope this video was useful for that. Thank you.